Hello my friends, frenemies, it is I am Sam once again. I'm not alone, I'm here by myself, and today I have a brand new video for you guys. So today we are going to be comparing, not saying which one's better, but comparing the Steam Deck versus a laptop and why they are different and why you should consider having both, or to be having, one if one is more suited for you wanting to play games. Now, I want you guys to look at my battery. We're at 93, and we are currently on Lethal League, which isn't a heavy game, or at any means, but it is just a game some people would like to play portably. You know, it's a small game. You'll get decent battery life. But I'm using this just as an example of my personal laptop, which is pretty old, of its battery life, because we will be talking about that. So first, let's make it, we're gonna try to speed run this a bit, but let's go to portability. When it comes to portability, the Steam Deck is a Nintendo Switch with this much more space. It is thicker, but it is a Nintendo Switch with this much more space. It's like 2 inches of space. So you're not really getting much different portability of the Switch. So if you have a Nintendo Switch and you think it's portable, then so is the Steam Deck. Now, if you want to put it in your pocket like some people do, you can, stuff like that. But yeah, the Steam Deck isn't as big as some people may or may think. So it is definitely portable. And at the end of the day, the smaller the device, the more portable it is. Like for this laptop is decent weight. I mean, I wouldn't want to hold it up like this, no one would. But to play games like this doesn't work. And also, the Steam Deck has a controller. You gotta have this with this, you know? Like this would be such a bad way to play. But you get the idea, right? Because normally the majority of games on Steam, although PC gamers do use keyboard and mouse, no one wants to really use mouse pad that much, but you naturally are going to want to have a controller for a good handful of games, like fighting games and things like that. And if you can't have it, it's gonna suck. There's a siren. Hold on. Okay. Well, anyway, now that's over with. Basically, yeah, the Steam Deck, if you think the Switch is portable, so is the Steam Deck. That's what I have to say on that. If you disagree with that, I'm sorry. I'm just saying, I personally think that. I think that it's easier to bring out, bring out this, and then start playing compared to bring out this from your bag. It's just, the smaller things are, the more portable they are. Anyway, next we'll go off of software. Now, the thing about software, let me actually get into a match in Lethal League. That'll definitely help. But the thing about software is, software does help on a lot of things. Software helps with performance. Software helps with battery life. Software can help with, those are kind of it. Performance, battery life, and also just experience. The experience you get with the device and interface as well can also have to do with the software. But yeah, so software does matter. The Steam Deck is using Steam OS, which is running Linux, and Linux is also, I feel like, mainly known to have better performance overall when it comes to gaming, not running Windows software games, but to just run games in general, as well as battery life, because Windows naturally has things running in the background that are just taking your CPU, or things taking too much RAM, and then Windows updates when you have to reset your whole Windows, and if you don't got a SSD, that's going to take a while. So that is a thing to consider. I do think that the software on the Steam Deck is definitely mainly toward people that like consoles and things like that, but to be able to switch to console and to PC like that is something that I love, and that's something you don't really have the option to do when you're gaming on your laptop. Now, there's some good news that the Steam OS will be changing big picture mode on Steam. I don't know if anyone's heard about that or if there's any videos on that, but basically the Steam OS big picture mode is gonna be fused together, and I don't know if that's gonna come with the same software or not. I do know that it's gonna have the same interface, and that's what I mainly care about, because then we'll be able to use the interface on the Steam Deck and then transfer to our computer and use that same interface if we're used to it. Anyway, on to battery life. The thing about battery life is that when it comes to PC gaming and hardware as strong as this, it's really hard to get really good battery life. And in order to do that, you really have to underclock or get a non-heavy wattage power on the CPU/GPU and things like that. All of those factor in, as well as, like I said before, software. And when it comes to laptops and this device, I feel personally, when gaming on my laptop, the battery doesn't last nearly as long as the Steam Deck would. You got to consider that the software and having quick resume as a feature on the Steam Deck will help the battery, because if I just, I'm playing the game, right? Let's say, oh, I have to go somewhere, so I close it, right? I close it, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm back, and then you open it, and you're back into your game. Hold on. I'm pretty sure the Steam Deck will have a lock screen too. And then you're back into your game. Now, depending on the game you do this, I don't have any crazy thing downloaded, but depending on what game you do this to, it may just close the game entirely, which is an issue because it goes into sleep mode, so it doesn't, it normally tries to close anything heavy so it can save in battery and things like that. So that is something to consider. But yeah, battery life, I do think that they are somewhat equal, but I will give Steam Deck the credit as of now from what they said that they have, and frame rate stuff and optimization. I think that the Steam Deck is going to have better battery life than a good amount of laptops. Now finally, performance. Performance is something a lot of PC gamers care about. We want our 100 something FPS, we want, HDR or whatever, all this other stuff. And those are fun to have, and it's necessary if you want to be playing the game competitively. But sometimes even competitive gamers play games casually, so that is something to consider. And I think that the Steam Deck is definitely more for casual play. If you're trying to get high boosted FPS, then definitely go with a laptop. But for me, running games on my laptop when it's not plugged in is a horrible experience. And I think that the Steam Deck, even my phone, does it better. Now here's just a test. And this is an older laptop and things like that. But my phone is a gaming phone. It is higher specs than the Switch also, which is something, not like I play my Switch. I don't dislike my Switch or anything. But we can open a game on here on a Dolphin emulator, which is normally less optimized on, on phone than it is on PC, because the PC one's been out forever. But we run a game on Dolphin emulator on here, like Sonic Adventure Battle. Actually, this one's Sonic Heroes. I've done some videos on this too, if you guys are interested into gaming phones or whatever. But this is just the main menu. We got 60 FPS. Let's see if we can show that. Okay, it went to 21, but it went back to 60. It's not really rendering anything. And this is my laptop, which is lagging. You can hear the audio lagging. Oh my gosh, it's running so bad. It's 30 FPS right now. Yeah. In other words, unplayable. Playing things portably on here without it being plugged is completely unplayable. That is a problem. The Steam Deck has better performance than this laptop in particular than when it's unplugged. And when the Steam Deck gets plugged in, it has even better performance. I doubt that it's gonna beat my laptop in certain, games and stuff like that. But the fact that I don't have to worry about my performance being dropped if I ever unplug my laptop because the cable's always there, then that's something to consider. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully some of you who watched this maybe were thinking that a laptop was better to get. This is just my personal experience with having a laptop and how it's not portable to the extent that I would want it to be, which is why I want the Steam Deck so bad, so I can actually run these games without it being plugged in all the time. And yeah, we'll go ahead and show the battery. Now it is at 82, so it's been hanging in there. It normally drops faster. I'm actually happy that it's not dropping as fast. But yeah, this isn't a device that I normally would take somewhere, my laptop, and try to set up a controller and play like this. Yeah, it's comfortable. It's comfortable to look down and play like this, but when you have to have it plugged in all the time, and it's dependent on you if you mind it or not. But yes, I am saying that the Steam Deck and laptop are different. Which one's better? A laptop when it comes to performance, as long as it's plugged in. Some laptops that aren't plugged in run really bad, like this one, like a real big performance dump. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. See you on the flip side.